Hello, I am Annihilator, and thank you all so much for 100 subs. If you're new, I am from Australia, and I like to play Rainbow Six Siege and grind aim trainers like Aimlabs and Kovacs. It's kinda crazy considering I was at like 2 subs less than a week ago, one of which was my YouTube alt and the other was a friend of mine that I play Siege with. I was really hoping to have this video be a really sick, interesting montage of like Aimlabs runs and Siege gameplay instead of just me yapping, but the progress in grinding Aimlabs since I got back into it has been painstakingly slow, to say the least. Let's get into that actually. I am currently top 400 on Aimlabs, sitting around 365th as of making this video. My current skill, like, in aim trainers, after taking that fucking long ass break, has regressed like a lot, like very significantly more than my other video had shown, which was just like one bad run on fucking Rave Track, where my pace of improvement has become even slower than that of the times where I was solely focused on pushing for that Zenith level run on Rave Track Elite, where I was neglecting basically every other subcategory of aim. What skills am I talking about that have suffered specifically, though? My speed matching, my like tracking and flicking precision, my tension management, my like physical technique where I'm using my forearm or my fingertips or my wrist, or my hand. My target acquisition and transfer speed is shit too, so is my pacing and my endurance. Have all gone straight into the fucking ground, which has made it a lot harder to play as long and as intensely as I used to, which is... it's basically become impossible to pull the fucking 6-hour plus sessions and maintain the intensity for the entirety of it, just because of the sheer fatigue that just builds up within my hand and my forearm and my wrist. So I need to work on fixing my technique. There's various reasons for all that. Obviously not playing for 2 months will make training feel less familiar and more taxing, but I've also been in a steep calorie deficit for some time now. I've fucking dropped like 20 kilos and then bulked back up 5, and I was not quite happy with my physique, so I figured I'd fucking go on another cut, which has given me some very bad brain fog. Like I almost forgot to record this video tonight. I told myself this afternoon I was gonna fucking do it. I forgot. Almost. But it's also really fucked with my stamina in like the gym. Like I've managed to maintain the weights I use for exercises, but it's also fucked with my aim training since I've come back as well. I'm considering putting that on hold and just eating at maintenance for a while so I can get rid of all these symptoms so I can lock in and hit some more PBs. What do I do when I'm aim training to help me, like, you know, get in the zone and train better? Generally, I will use a shitload of caffeine and I blast music, and it's just, I don't know, it just works. How I source my caffeine, generally I will opt for like high stim pre-workouts and shit that contains like loads of nootropics for focus, but a cup of coffee can also work. Like, I don't tend to get jittery hands or anything like that, or anything that interferes with my physical aiming aspect, so I don't really get bad caffeine sides unless I'm over like 1.5 grams worth of shit. So sometimes I'll even use more exotic stimulants like DMAA or DMHA based pre's, so I can actually afford to utilize all that stuff without it being detrimental. I generally like to listen to like jump style or whatever the fucking electronic shit is called. It scratches an itch in my brain and I love it, and I just enjoy it. Using and abusing pre-workout after coming back from my break hasn't really done much for me after then, like for a mental aspect, so to speak, of feeling focused and locked in. Like, for example, earlier today, like as I'm recording this right now, like I played for about 4 hours after getting home from work at like max intensity, and I somehow did worse score-wise than I did the day prior. Like, I got so annoyed, like, I was so fucking pissed halfway through the session that I was playing like shit, that I decided to slam another 2 heap scoops of pre's on top of the 2 I had before my session, which didn't seem to do anything for my scores or focus. Which, I think if I remember correctly, it's like over a fucking 1,000 mgs of caffeine on top of like the 7 coffees I had at work through the course of the day. And one coffee is like, what, 70 to 80 milligrams of caffeine on average? So I'm basically slamming over 1.5 grams worth of shit just to get through the day and fight these like symptoms created by my poor sleep and this calorie deficit. Like, sure, I can tolerate that much caffeine, but it's still not healthy on a long-term scale. Anyway, it is what it is, and I'm just gonna have to ride out this phase of being arse at aim training. This is relative to my previous peak, like, slash skill level, by the way, so don't feel bad about yourself if you aren't hitting these, like, high-level runs on aim trainer benchmarks if you don't have, like, at least 350 to 400 hours logged inside of Aimlabs or Kovacs. In fact, if you're still new, in my opinion, if you have, like, less than 200 hours. Like, getting good takes time. Even getting average takes time. Especially if you're brand new to like keyboard and mouse and you just switched off of like controller and you're looking to try and build a good foundation for your aim really early on into playing a shooter, whether it be like CS, Val, fucking Siege, or COD, or whatever it may be that you play. It's not just about the hours though. You need lots of real quality time spent inside aim trainers to build a really high level of skill. When I first started, I wasn't even trying to measure my skill. I just wanted to, you know, play the aim trainer to feel like I was doing something productive. Like I wasn't even trying to get a baseline measure of my skill and see where my weaknesses are. I was playing Valorant at the time. I don't play it nowadays. I might get back into it, but that's unlikely. I had found some like bullshit playlist designed for Valorant at the time, which had grid shot fucking like slop tasks and other poorly designed scenarios, with the exceptions of the ones that they got from the Voltaic benchmarks, which are actually pretty good. But please, if you are new to aim training, do not fucking play grid shot. It is like the most useless garbage task. It is not conducive to any kind of improvement in your game of choice and inside the aim trainer. Don't fucking play grid shot. Please. To really improve, you need to play tasks that help you build skills that are useful inside of your game of choice, unless you're just grinding the aim trainer for the sake of the aim trainer and getting high scores like I am at the minute. For me though, I like to play Rainbow Six Siege, which is a one-shot headshot game. So static and dynamic and micro-correction based clicking scenarios would be best for me. Although you can win lots of gunfights by simply having good crosshair placement, good recoil control, and being in the right place at the right time. And having good positioning. So you can just, if you know a guy's walking up fucking wide stairs on Oregon, and you hear him, you pre-aim just like the fucking door at head level. And then you shoot him when you see him, then it's GG's. You didn't have to fucking have an insane Aimlabs score to do that. Like, you could also throw in target switching into that regiment for Rainbow Six Siege specifically. So obviously, ideally, you want to be killing everyone on the first headshot, like the first shot with a headshot. But sometimes you don't. So if you need to like rapidly switch between multiple people pushing you, then target switching will help you with that. Mainly speed switching. You don't need to be super precise. So if you're getting attacked by multiple people at once, you can quickly blick down one dude and then switch to the other within rapid succession and just chain together people, and it actually makes for really good clips. I would take all of my advice with a grain of salt, because I'm not like a fucking goat at aim training yet. I may be top 400, I may have peaked at a really good skill level, but I would defer you to someone called MattyOW. He is arguably like the best aim trainer main / player on the face of the earth. I know he has OW in his name, but that's because he used to play Overwatch. I don't think he really plays it anymore. He likes to grind Kovacs and Aimlabs. And he's put out like so many really high quality educational videos on like how to, like recently he had one on how to break through plateaus. He has ones for how to train each aim category effectively, like your proper physical technique and how to manage your tension. So for tension management. And then he has his like endless list of uploads of world record runs that he's achieved and his other high level runs too. Like, he's insane. Just to put into perspective how skilled Matty is. I've put in like months and months of time on the Aimlabs benchmarks, and I only have gotten one Zenith level run, and that's on Dual Track Elite. He completed the entire benchmark within the span of the weekend it came out. And he's not some like genetically gifted freak either. If you go back to and watch his like earliest Overwatch gameplay, his aim was like incredibly unremarkable. He is fully deserving to be as skilled as he is now. He has earned every bit of it, no debate. What are my plans for the future? Well, I'm definitely going to be racking up some fucking ungodly amounts of hours in Aimlabs again so I can get back to where I was before I quit. And I also have a very ambitious goal. I want to be the second person on PC to ever fully complete the Aimlabs benchmarks, so to achieve the rank of Zenith 1 complete, basically, which MattyOW is the only person who's done it so far, legitimately. I'd also like to hit champion in Siege, another ambitious goal, and get back into Fortnite and be less shit so I can make videos on that too. Because I really tried very hard to go pro as a kid when I played that, but I didn't know how to fucking train properly to get goated at that, but whatever. And it's not very easy to make time for all this, because I'm working full-time as an electrician, and I'm studying full-time at trade school, so I can actually get my electrician's license. I'm currently working under someone else at the minute. Going back to, Matty being the only person to get Zenith complete legitimately, there are a couple of other people that are like close to him. There is someone called Aznoheu. He's Zenith 3 at the minute, I think. He's really good. I would sub to him. He has a lot of like fucking world record runs on Aimlabs and Kovacs too. I mean, it's hard. I know there's lots of other people that show their Zenith 1, but the Aimlabs leaderboards are not moderated that often. So it tends to get plagued with cheaters with, like, impossible scores. But the worst part about it is, they're not even trying to pass it off as a legitimate run, either. These fucking losers straight up aim lock to the targets for the entire run and get the #1 score. Like, what kind of fucking bum uses aimbot in a fucking aim trainer? There are people who try to conceal it and pass it off as legit. They're less obvious, but they slow down their game with, like, third-party tools like Cheat Engine, for example. So it's easier for them to stay on target, and they have more time to shoot at and kill targets since the in-game clock has been slowed. But as a result of that, their FPS gets artificially inflated through the fucking roof by them slowing down the game, since the game engine views the span of 1 second as longer, so there's like more frames within a second, basically. Unfortunately, both Aimlabs and Kovacs display the average FPS count of people during their runs publicly, so it's not hard to spot when someone's using Cheat Engine to fucking slow down the game, even if it's by like 5 to 10%, for example. You should watch this video on Viscose. She explains it a bit more in depth over there. What exactly do I intend on doing with YouTube? I'd like to get good enough at both Siege and Aimlabs so I can make like insane montages, ranked content, 1v1s against like really good players maybe, but I'd also like to really make some like educational content that's actually interesting. Almost be like some kind of pioneer and do new shit which hasn't been done before with these niches basically. Not that Siege is exactly niche, Aimlabs is probably more niche than that. As for like live streaming, I don't really have plans to do that as for now, but that may change in the future depending on my circumstances. Blowing up would be really great, but I don't really want to be a hyper popular figure on the scale of someone like Jinxie. I'm not a particularly social person. I value my privacy and my fucking peace and solitude, so becoming a big internet personality and being recognized in public isn't exactly something I have in mind. Not that that would fucking happen. It's pretty unlikely that the algorithm's just gonna randomly make me explode. Because really, I just want to post fucking cool videos, be goated at Siege and aim training, and, you know, create some valuable content that could be useful to people that are interested in it. And blowing up would also put me in a position where I need to upload consistently and to maintain that, like, audience engagement. which isn't exactly feasible given my current circumstances of working and studying full-time alongside my other pursuits with Aimlabs and Siege. So growing slowly as I have been, or slower on a bigger scale, would be way more ideal. As for like the present moment, I might start posting less as my commitment to Aimlabs grows, because I'm washed as fuck at the minute. I'm not posting any PBs anytime soon. But I'll do my best to make time for like other Siege content, whether it just be another operator-specific overproduced montage, like the one I made for Smoke, or just me and my duo crashing out over random bullshit for like funny moments and clip farming. I think that covers basically everything that I wanted to touch on in this little like 100 subs like introduction video. So thanks for watching if you stuck around this long. See ya.